Welcome to Math Plus, where math makes sense. This is a your turn practice video where we will practice listening to me say a decimal number and then you will write it down in numerical form. If you follow the arrow here and click the link above, you will get the video called Decimals in Numerical Form, and you will get a lesson in how to do this. If you feel like you're ready, then let's go forward and you can practice. This is a place value chart, and you really need to memorize this so that you can make it and create it at any time if you need it as a help place value chart, a help chart. This is what we're going to use today. I will give you a number, a decimal number. You will write it, and then I will write it, and then I'll show you how that works in the place value chart. Our goal is to be able to understand, be able to read these numbers, produce these numbers without the chart. Use the chart as long as you need to. That's why they're there, and one day you won't need it anymore. And one of the things I want to show you real quick with this chart is sometimes where we get confused is knowing that tenths comes right after the decimal. And in a place value, usually we do ones, and then tens, and then hundreds, and then thousands. Ones is not repeated. So if you get confused, circle the decimal in the ones place and watch the pattern. On the left, they're called tens. On the right, they're tenths. Hundreds. On the left, they're hundreds. And then we go to hundredths. So see how there's a pattern? Same thing with thousands. So the place value is the same, except you're not repeating that ones place. So if you need to block it out or circle it to help you remember, do that. All right, I will say the decimal, and you will write it in numerical form. You can write it on a piece of paper, get a notebook. After you write it, I will write it, and then we'll look at the place value chart, and we will see if we are correct. The first number is 124 and 8 tenths. Write that number. If you need to shut the video off after I say this, do that. Give yourself time because I will not put a pause in. I just have you write it, and that should be enough time. So now I'm going to write the number 124 and 8 tenths. Now let me go to my place value chart and check it and see if it's correct. I want my 8 to end up here in the tenths place because that's what we said at the end. So we have 124 and 8 tenths. It fits perfectly. Now I want you to write 45 and 23 hundredths. And I also want you to write it a second time as though it was money. 45 and 23 cents. So you have two things that you're writing this time. Here's our answer. 45 and 23 hundredths. Let's go to my chart and make sure it's correct. We'll write the money version in just a moment. We have 45 and 23 hundredths. So what did I mean? Write it as money. Well, this is what you will do whenever you're referring to that decimal that stops at the hundredths, because money, as soon as I hit 100, it makes another dollar, right? So we go up to 99 hundredths for cents, and then that becomes a dollar. But how would I write that as money? All that you're going to do, you will still write the decimal as 45 and 23 cents. See how we still say and put a dollar symbol in front of it. That's the only difference. So whenever you're referring to money, make sure you put that before it, the dollar symbol. Your next one is 23 and 18 thousandths. Now this one's a little trickier. I would advise you to turn it off if you're not sure. 23 and 18 thousandths. 23 and I heard her say 18 thousandths. Let's see if that works, because that's most likely what some of you thought about writing. Don't think you're right or wrong yet. Okay, let's plug it in. 23 and 18 thousandths. Wait a minute, I have a problem. This says hundredths. Remember I said if I say thousandths, then that number needs to end up over there. So let's erase this and put my 18 here. Now, what happens? I have a problem. I have nothing here in the tenths place. We put zeros there and we call them placeholders, okay? So 23 and 18 thousandths looks like this. So this is why I want you to use your chart if you're still learning and you're not sure. The next one is 205 and 9 hundredths. 205 and 9 hundredths. If you need to turn the video off and think about it, do that and come back. 205 and I got that problem again. 9 hundredths. So I remember tenths goes first, then hundredths, then thousandths. Remember? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. And this one is 9 hundredths. So I need to put a placeholder. And I'll show you again on the chart. 205. See how there's a placeholder there? If we didn't have that zero there, the number would look like 25. 9 hundredths. I said hundredths, and that's where the number should end. And I put a zero as a placeholder here. One more to do, and then we're finished. I think all of you will get this one right. 37 and 321 thousandths. 37 and 321 thousandths. We're going to go directly to the chart this time. We're going to put the number 37 and 321 thousandths. So my number should end up over there. 321. There you go. Now, if you want to practice more, I have put a link to K5 Learning. It's a site that has lots and lots of free worksheets. On the worksheet that I'm showing you today to practice, the numbers are already there, written for you. If you can get somebody else to read them to you and you write them, then you have a list of them to do. We're going to be talking about expanded form in the next video, the next lesson video. So it all kind of works together, right? You need to learn how to write it in words and write it in numbers. So that same worksheet will also work for the next lesson.